Hi, my name is Azanea Onion, and today I'm going to give you a quick review of 6.1 ratios, proportions, and the geometric mean. So here's a quick definitions for ratio and proportions. So for ratios, if A and B are two numbers or quantities and B is not equal to 0, then the ratio of A to B is A over B. The ratio of A to B can also be written as A ratio of B. For proportions, an equation that states two ratios are equal is called proportions. Here are some few concepts. So if A over B equals C over D, where B is not equal to 0 and D is not equal to 0, then A times D equals B times C. So for example, 2 over 3 equals 4 over 6. So B is not equal to 0 and D is not equal to 0. So therefore we would do 2 times 6 equals 3 times 4. And they both equal 12. So B12 equals 12. And the geometric mean is if two positive numbers, A and B, is the positive number of X that satisfies A over X, which equals X over B. So therefore, X squared equals AB. So therefore, you will write it as X equals square root of AB. Example 1, simplifying a ratio. So the equation we have is 76 centimeters ratio of 8 centimeters. So first thing you want to do is rewrite the problem as a fraction. Okay, so we have 76 centimeters over 8 centimeters. And 2, you want to divide the unit and begin to simplify to finish out your problem. 4, when you simplify, so this would be 19, then this would be 2. So you want to rewrite this as a ratio. So when you rewrite this as a ratio, you will use 19 first, and then when you will use 2, and that's your answer. Example 2, cross multiply. So we have 3 over 4 equals X over 16. The first thing you want to do is basically cross multiply. So we know that we're going to use 3 times 16 equals to 4 times X. So we know that we can multiply 3 times 16, which is 48. And then this will equals, well, we can't multiply 4 with X. So this would just be 4X. And then you want to divide your receiving number to find A. We want to divide the receiving numbers. So the receiving numbers would be 48 and 4X. So 48 divided by 4, that equals 12. So X equals 12.
So my section is 6.2 and it's use proportions to solve geometry problems. So my first definition is scale drawing. So it is a drawing that is the same shape as the object that it's represented. And then I also have scale, which is the ratio that describes how the dimensions in the drawing are related to the dimensions of the object. Additional properties of proportion. So we're going to be doing reciprocal proportions. Okay? So if A over B equals C over D, then when you reciprocate it, the B is going to go up and the A is going to go down, and the same thing is going to happen with the D over C. So for the second one, if you interchange the means of a property, then you will form a true proportion. Now lastly, in a proportion, if you add the value of each ratio's denominator and numerator, then it creates a true proportion. Now going on with my examples.
In the diagram, Mn over Rs equals Np over St. Write 3 true proportions. I know this is kind of hard to see, but bear with me. So for the first example, it states that segment MN relates to NP and segment RS relates to segment ST. So for the first example, we're going to take both segments to begin with, and we're going to put them on here. So 8 over 10 equals 4 over X. So that's the first proportion. Then the second one is you're going to take the reciprocal of the number 1. So instead of being 8 over 10, it's going to be 10 over 8. And now you're going to do the reciprocal of 4x, and it's going to be x over 4. So in the first two proportions, we were relating a side to a side, which was 8 and 10. Now we are going to be relating them, but within the triangle. So to start off, now we're going to put 8 over 4 because we're doing it within the triangle. And then 10 over x, which I'm having trouble doing right now. But yes, so these are all 3 of the true proportions. So now we are still working with 2 triangles, but in one, but I highlighted them in different colors so you can tell. So we are solving for the blue triangle, so we're solving for y. So y over 5 equals 4 plus 2 over 2, and we're going to simplify that, which is going to give us 6 over 2. Then you're going to cross multiply, and it's going to give you 2y equals 30 over, both numbers are going to be over 2. Then you're going to get 15 as y. So that is your big triangle, which is blue. Now that we found what y equals, which is the blue big triangle, now we're going to look for the little green triangle, which is x. So x over 3 equals 6 over 2. Then you are going to cross multiply, and I got 2x over 2 equals 18 over 2. And then that gave me x equals 9. And this is how you use.
Hi, my name is Melanie, and today I'm going to give you a quick review on 6.3 using similar polygons. And I'm going to start off by giving you guys 2 definitions. And the 2 definitions are similar polygons and scale factor. And the definition for similar polygons is if 2 corresponding angles are congruent and corresponding side lengths are proportional. And then for scale factor, the definition is if 2 polygons are similar, then the ratio lengths of 2 corresponding sides is called scale factor. And right here I'm giving a little example of corresponding angles, and these are 2 shapes, and they're the same shape, just one is bigger and one is smaller. And this shows the corresponding angles. So E, which is right here, is corresponding to N, which is this one and this one. And they look they're the same, even though this one is smaller and bigger. And the same goes for H and O, F and L, and G and M. And then for here, this is the ratio of the corresponding angles. So it's the size instead of the angles now. So E and F corresponds with N and L, and then F and G correspond with L and M. And then G and H correspond with M and O. And then H and E correspond with O and N. Okay, so now I'm going to start off by giving you guys an example of how to solve a problem for scale factor. And as you guys could tell, that there's a bigger shape here and a smaller shape of a triangle. Okay, and there's different side lengths for the big one and the small one. So this side is 10 centimeters, this side is 8 centimeters, and this side is 6 centimeters. Now for the small one, it's 5 centimeters, 4 centimeters, and 3 centimeters, okay? And to find the scale factor, I'm just going to put letters to make it easier for us. A and B is the same as F and G for this shape. So we're going to use 10 and 5. And what we're going to do is we're going to do 10 centimeters divided by 5 centimeters. Don't forget your units, which is going to give us 2 centimeters. And then we're going to do the same for this one. 8 centimeters divided by 4 centimeters. And then we're going to continue on to the last side, which is 6 centimeters divided by 3 centimeters. Which that also is going to give us 2 centimeters. And with knowing this, and we see that we get 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters, and 2 centimeters for each side, that's how much it grew. So this grew 2 times to get to this bigger shape. As you see the arrows, the shape is growing. So that this leaves us with us knowing that the scale factor is 2 centimeters. So now we're gonna do a second problem. It's kind of the same thing like finding a scale factor, but this time we're gonna find this x value right here. Okay? And we're still gonna use dividing in order to find it. So you guys see these 2 shapes right here, right? And you guys see this line that's 80. Let's say that this line right here is A and B. And let's say that this line 40 is F and G. Okay? And F and G and A and B are the same side, but different length. Okay? So what we're gonna do to find X, we have to find all the other ones, okay? So we're gonna do 80 divided by 40, and we know that's gonna be 2. We're going to do the same thing here. 50 divided by 25, and we know that that's going to be 2. Right? And we're going to do that for all the sides. And then 160 divided by 80, that's also going to be 2. Right? And then we're going to do the last side, which that's the side that we're trying to figure out with X. And that we know that all of them are ending in 2. What we're going to do is do 20 times 2, which is going to be 40. And just to double check, 40 divided by 20 equals 2. So X, which is right here, equals 40.